Have you ever considered that deep within you, at this very moment, there exists a quiet understanding of your life's complete journey, not as a vague feeling, but with a profound, unshakable clarity? Imagine that before you took your first breath, the essence of who you are aligned with the universe and affirmed, yes, this is the path I will walk. This is the lesson I have come to embrace. This may sound distant, perhaps even a little unsettling. Yet, a deeper insight suggests something even more transformative. Timeless wisdom teaches us that your spirit didn't just choose your departure. It chose it for a purpose so graceful, so intrinsically perfect, that if you could see it from that higher perspective, the fear of endings would simply dissolve. This journey of understanding begins by looking within. It does not start with a single person who saw what others could not. This truth wasn't established for fame or followers. It is a quiet wisdom, available to all who seek it. From a space of deep contemplation, a profound awareness can be accessed. Think of it as the great river of cosmic memory. Every intention you've ever held, every path you've chosen, every experience you've lived, all flow within this stream that exists beyond linear time. And from observing this current, we find a truth that challenges our very perception of finality. Your departure from this life is not an act of chance. It is not without meaning. It is a moment chosen from a place of great wisdom before this life began. Now, a question naturally arises. Why would any spirit choose difficulty? Why would one embrace challenge, illness, or loss? And this is precisely where a deeper understanding begins. To grasp the answer, we must gently shift the lens through which we view life's transitions. Let us journey deeper into this knowing. Ancient teachings suggest your awareness exists on many levels at once. The part of you experiencing these words right now is like the visible peak of a majestic mountain. There is a greater self, a timeless awareness, that resides beyond the physical realm. This deeper part of you never loses sight of the whole journey. And from this vantage point, life's end is seen very differently. To your eternal spirit, it is not a conclusion. It is a gateway, a transition, a moment of profound transformation that was intentionally selected to serve your spiritual unfolding. Pause with that for a moment. Truly allow that perspective to settle. Here is an insight to contemplate. In many ancient parables, we hear of patterns passed through generations, a fear of the sea, a shadow of loss. A spirit might carry this pattern not as a curse, but as an opportunity for release. You might choose to encounter this pattern in different lifetimes, to finally understand its root, to see that the lesson it held is now complete. For once awareness dawns, the cycle is broken. You become free. This is the power of understanding your soul's journey. Sometimes, simple awareness is the key that unlocks the door. Before taking physical form, your spirit assesses what some traditions call a path of balance. But this is not about penalty or repayment for past actions. It is about harmony. It is about embracing the full spectrum of existence to arrive at a state of complete understanding. Imagine you are a painter who has spent ages working only with shades of the ocean and the forest. Your creations are beautiful, yet a part of the spectrum is missing. Your spirit might then choose a life, and yes, a departure, that introduces the vibrant hues of sunrise and fire, not as a consequence, but because your masterpiece of experience would be incomplete without them. Consider this parable. A man carries a deep-seated fear of deep water, a fear that has no origin in his current life. Perhaps his soul chose to carry this echo of the past, not as a burden, but as a protective boundary, while he cultivated other qualities, like courage on the land. That fear may naturally recede when it has served its purpose, because the lesson of the water was already integrated long ago. But this wisdom reveals something even more interconnected. It teaches that we travel through our lifetimes with companion spirits, clusters of souls who journey together through many experiences, reflecting different facets of growth for one another. The one who guides you as a parent in this life may have been the one you guided in another. Your greatest teacher may appear as your greatest challenge. The person who seems to push you away may be a dear friend from this deeper perspective, reflecting a part of yourself that needs healing so you can learn true acceptance. And life's final transition. It is like the moments between scenes in a grand play, when the actors meet backstage, embracing one another after their powerful performances. Preparing for the next act, a man may be troubled by dreams of being judged unfairly. Ancient wisdom might suggest that he once played the role of the judge. His soul then chose to experience the other side, not as punishment, but to create empathy. And now, in this life, his journey might be one of profound peace, surrounded by many of those same souls, now returning as loving companions to show him the true meaning of forgiveness. When his soul remembers this, the cycle of conflict within him can finally be complete. If this understanding touches a chord deep inside of you, if you feel a quiet stirring of remembrance, I invite you to join our community on this path. Clicking like or subscribe is more than an interaction. It's a quiet acknowledgement to yourself that you are ready to explore these truths. We are creating a space for souls who are remembering together. To deepen your understanding, I want to share a powerful insight with you. In the comments below, I invite you to write, "It is EMY paid ice parfatitluNFOLDNG." Type this as an affirmation, as a declaration that you trust the wisdom of your journey. Ancient traditions speak of 3 distinct streams or pathways of departure that a soul might choose. Understanding which one resonates with you can bring an incredible sense of peace. This is not mere theory. It is wisdom gathered from countless lifetimes of human experience, reflecting the real journeys of real souls. First is the path of His completion. This is chosen when a soul has fully expressed what it came to experience. Every lesson has been integrated, every connection honored. These are the individuals who often seem to radiate a serene light in their final chapters. They speak of being ready with a sense of peace, not sorrow. You have felt this presence, have you not? The elder who seems to wait until all loved ones have shared a final moment. The friend who, with an unspoken knowing, uses their final days to mend any broken threads. Consider this perspective: an elder, in their final months, is filled with a peace that touches all around them. They may have been stubborn in life, yet through this, they taught their children resilience. They may have made mistakes, yet through them, they offered the gift of forgiveness. Their final chapter is not a warning, but an invitation. Their soul is ready for its transition, and once the mind aligns with this deep inner knowing, fear transforms into a calm anticipation. What is profound about this path is that it often involves what we can call the quiet call. Just before the departure, loved ones from far away may feel a sudden, inexplicable urge to visit. A connection that was distant is suddenly renewed. This is no accident. It is the orchestration of the soul. Second is the path of the catalyst. And this one often requires a deeper trust. These are the departures that seem to occur too soon, that appear tragic. The light that shines so brightly for a short time, the pillar of a family taken unexpectedly. Ancient wisdom, however, offers a profound insight. These souls often choose such an exit not primarily for their own unfolding, but as a powerful catalyst for the growth of others. They are often mature souls who accept these challenging departures because they understand the immense transformation they will ignite in those they leave behind. Imagine a life, brief like a meteor shower, that awakens a community to compassion. The immense grief from their departure becomes the fertile ground from which a forest of healing grows. Their short life was not defined by its length, but by its impact. It wasn't meaningless. It was the spark that ignited a fire of purpose in others. How many stories have you heard of someone whose entire direction in life was reshaped by a profound loss? Who discovered their strength, their mission, their deep empathy through the journey of grief. These souls are masters, in the truest sense. They choose the most challenging roles so that others may awaken. Third is the path of liberation. These are the souls who choose lives of intense challenge, perhaps through great physical limitation or deep inner struggle, to achieve an accelerated spiritual awakening. Their departure, Then is a liberation, a joyful return to the source after completing an extraordinary undertaking. Contemplate the journey of a spirit choosing a life of complete physical dependence. This soul, through its seeming powerlessness, may be learning the deepest form of patience or teaching those around it the meaning of unconditional love. Their final transition, when it comes, is a victory. It is the shedding of a heavy garment after a long pilgrimage. In their final days, even without words, their presence can radiate a peace so profound that others feel drawn to them, just to sit in their presence. They teach through their being. When you witness someone in a state of profound struggle, consider that you may be in the presence of a master soul, working on a very advanced lesson. Their departure is not defeat, it is their triumph. These departures often bring a sense of lightening. In the final days, a quiet joy emerges, the veil thins, and a great calm descends before the final transition. The great remembrance happens at the moment of transition. It's described as a moment of profound clarity. As your consciousness gently shifts from the physical to the energetic, the veil of forgetting dissolves. In that instant, you remember the entirety of your journey, not just this lifetime, but the long path of your soul's unfolding. Not just the plan, but the deep wisdom behind it. You understand the perfect role your departure plays in this magnificent tapestry. In that moment, there is no fear, only a deep recognition of a journey beautifully completed, a role authentically played, a lesson lovingly learned. Those who have had glimpses beyond the veil often speak of this, a life review filled not with judgment, but with overwhelming compassion and the understanding that everything, especially the challenging parts, was woven together with perfect purpose. The departure of a loved one from this higher view may not be a tragedy, but a graduation with the highest honors, an act of service to awaken those who remain. This is the truth your soul holds. Life's final breath is never the end of the story. It is merely the turning of a page in a timeless book. Why is this knowing important for you right now? Because embracing this perspective transforms how you experience your life today. When you can truly hold the possibility that your path is perfectly guided, fear begins to soften. Not instantly, perhaps not entirely at first, but with gentle persistence, the anxiety about the unknown can transform into a deep trust in what is already known by your spirit. Think of what you worry about at this moment. What uncertainty occupies your mind? Consider the possibility that the eternal part of you has already accounted for it all, that there is a wisdom within you that has chosen the most perfect path for your growth. This does not invite carelessness. It does not mean you abandon stewardship of your health and well-being. It means you can release the energy spent resisting the inevitable. It means you can stop draining your life force worrying about the final chapter, and instead, focus all of your being on writing this one, right now, with presence and with love. Living in fear does not prevent our departure. It only prevents our living. The greatest insight of the ancient sages wasn't just that your soul understands your journey's end. It was showing us that this knowledge is not meant to bind us in fear, but to set us free. Every spiritual path whispers this truth. But when we look at the patterns, the three streams of departure, the interconnectedness of our journeys, the great remembrance that awaits, it becomes a tangible wisdom we can live by. If this message resonates with your spirit, if a deep part of you responds with a quiet yes, then you are ready to live from a new level of awareness. You are ready to stop viewing life transitions as an enemy and to start embracing your life as the sacred gift that it is. If you feel called to continue this journey of remembrance, your path with us is just beginning. Subscribe now and let us walk together, exploring the profound wisdom that lies within you. Remember, this departure is not the opposite of life. It is the beautiful completion of a cycle within it. It is the moment your soul has been moving towards since you began this chapter. Not with fear, but with the quiet anticipation of a traveler who knows the beauty of returning home. You chose your arrival, and you chose your return. Both are sacred, both are perfect. Both serve your soul's magnificent journey. The quiet mystery is not how your story will end. The great adventure is in how magnificently you will choose to live until that perfect moment arrives. And that adventure, that is entirely in your hands.